Welcome to my Last Podcast. Let's get into it. Today is Sunday. Beautiful Sunday episode. I got a juicy thread for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. It is people who divorced after only 1 year. What happened? So let's get into this thread and let's see what happened. He cheated. He's still with her 12 years later. So now that the initial pain has long since faded, I can't even hate. Clearly they had something genuine, and at least I didn't waste more time with a guy who wasn't meant for me. Damn. Imagine you only get 1 year with that dude and she got 12. I know that had to be a salty wound for a while. I mean, thank God, the pain has long passed and everything, but fuck. Whoo, I'd kind of be pissed. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. God damn. He lost his job and became paranoid that I, who was working, was cheating. My job was about a 20-minute drive away, but if there was traffic, it took me 30 minutes. I was interrogated about my whereabouts. All of this took place maybe 3 months after we got married. Yo, 3 months? Nigga. Okay. We weren't married much longer after that. No shit. More shit went down, but yeah. Bro, what? 3 months into getting married, and he's over here acting like that? Bro, oh my, okay. Alright, we see why that one didn't last. A girl I went to school with got married while still in high school. Okay, her parents were drug addicts and abusive. She and an older friend, 18, decided to get married to get her out of her situation. He offered her parents money if they would sign for her to get married at 16. They never acted like a married couple or slept together. He's gay. What? And they got divorced a little over a year later, as soon as she was 18, but nothing living together as roommates, nothing went wrong. That had to have been the plan the whole time. No idea where they're at now. What the hell? She was just like, hey, look, I know you're gay and all, but look, can we get married so that way I can get away from my parents? Like, that's crazy. And then the fact that homeboy was like down with something like that, that's like some type of shit you see in a movie. That's not really some type of shit that you would actually ever see in real life, but I guess that it happens. Sheesh. I had a cousin who married a real piece of work as background. My extended family tends to drink too much, get too loud, and get too rowdy. The family reunion had been kicked out and banned from multiple venues. My cousin shows up with her fiance 1 year, and he's an absolute shithead, picking fights, lighting fireworks, terrorizing people's pets. He's so bad that my uncle, her dad, who, by the way, is probably the loudest, most obnoxious of the bunch, has to pull him aside and say, you need to take it down. Oh, yeah, you need to take it down a notch. She marries him anyway because she doesn't understand that him on his best behavior. They lasted less than a year. She won't talk about it, but the rumor was she found out he was a meth head. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I mean, I guess her dad was right, but at the same time, it was like he was wrong, because in that moment, homeboy was cool. He was a cool dude. It was what it was. But, I mean, I guess, the dad probably saw some shit that the daughter may not have seen, because the fact that she'd find out not until they were married and later on that he was a meth head, that's crazy to me. Jesus. Golly, know who you're marrying, people. Jesus. She was bipolar and I didn't know. Had one really bad episode and she asked for the divorce. I tried really hard to stay married in spite of that. Oh, wow. Damn. So that's what I mean. You got to know who you're marrying, man. Oh, yeah, you got to know who you're marrying, because if you don't, you're going to fall into that type of shit. And that's going to suck. Instead of being with me when I was going through chemo or even giving me a ride there and back, he was paying male escorts to suck him off in a CVS parking lot. Also like to use suicidal threats of self-harm to manipulate me. Wait, what? So she's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Look, I can't do this anymore. You're hiring male escorts to suck you off in the CVS parking lots. I'm done. And he's like, you can't do this to me. I'll kill myself if you do this to me. Like, no. Like, dude, you're having male escorts suck you off in the parking lot, bro. I can't do this anymore. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what is his goal? Is he trying to, like, get sucked off by men and then have her around? I don't get it. What is your angle? What are you trying to play at, my guy? That just makes no sense, man. It makes no sense at all. I don't get it. Oh my god, that's funny as hell, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just when you bring a little reality to it, you're just like, really? Not me, but a woman whose husband claimed to be in the Navy because her father was, and even bought a Navy uniform off eBay to get married in. She found out when she pushed to get a VA loan so they could buy a house, and his story all fell apart. Oh, dude. Why would you lie about something like that? Like, for one, that's stolen valor, and that's extremely disrespectful to anyone who is served. And then on top of that, you're lying to your partner who thinks, oh my God, I bagged me a military man and we got all these benefits. And like, what if she had a huge medical issue and whatever insurance that you're paying for or you have didn't cover it, and she's thinking like, wait, don't we have like bomb insurance, bomb health insurance because you're in the military? And the doctor's just like, no, your husband's not in the military. He has fucking Medi-Cal or some shit, and it's just like, dude, there's so many ways you could get caught in this lie. Like, why would you go that far? And that's crazy. I discovered that he should have married his mom instead. Okay. All right. She gave no other context but that. But all right. I came to find out that she was trying to separate me from my friends and family so she could control me like her mom controls her dad. The signs were all there and I just overlooked them. We were divorced after 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Bro, I mean, are you guys just jumping headfirst into these marriages, or like what's the game plan here? Because to me, it sounds like the game plan is just like get into a relationship and they get married as fast as possible. Like, I really feel like you guys don't know these people at all. And if you guys have been together for multiple years, you ain't asking the right questions. Like, what the hell is going on here for you guys to be only married for 6 weeks? That's crazy. 2 months? Maybe not even that. Maybe like a month and a half, some shit like that. Like, dude, wow, okay. I call it my starter marriage. Okay, he grossly misrepresented who I was. He was willing to move mountains for us until we were us. Then he turned controlling to the point where he changed the way my keys were on my keychain. This was back when all the cars and homes had keys. He refused to mow the lawn and would fight the tickets he got for it by arguing that the base allowed is 12 inches and it was only 11 and a half. He would eat everything in the house, leaving me no food, and then complain that he couldn't lose weight. His gift giving went from diamond earrings before marriage to a muffler in the box after marriage. The muffler is part of car maintenance. It's not a birthday gift. The final straw for me was when he got mad at our kitten for being a kitten and threw him across the room. No, you don't do that. What will he do to a tiny... If he does that to an animal, what would he do to a tiny human? Facts. I left at 7 months. We didn't even make it a year. And you know what sucks is, like, he was the perfect guy up until you guys got married, and then he just became a piece of shit out of nowhere. And that really sucks. You know, but at the same time, again, that tells me that you guys weren't in that relationship long enough. You saw the glitz and the glam, and you saw the few months of him being great, and then all of a sudden you're just like, yep, I can do this for the rest of my life. This is fantastic. And then all of a sudden he shows you the reality, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I didn't, maybe not, you know. And I'm not trying to say it's her fault and all this kind of stuff. No, I'm not at all. But it's just like, next time before you get married to somebody, you got to get to a point where you really know them. I'm talking inside and out. You've seen all the sides of them, because again, you know, for him to switch up this quick, crazy. And I think it was a thing where it was like, he was super duper nice guy until, you know, they finally got together. I you know what I mean? Like, he was in the courtship stage. He was like all about it. And then once he got you, he was like, cool, I could just like do whatever the fuck I want to do. I don't care anymore. I got her, you know? But yeah, people, you guys got to get to know who your fucking significant other is, because goddamn. We lasted a little over a year. The first sign happened our first night home from the honeymoon. He said he was going to sleep on the couch because he'd be more comfortable there, and that's where he slept nearly every night. He all but ignored me unless he had a work function for me to attend. Half an hour after I got home from having abdominal surgery, he asked what I was going to make for dinner. The final straw was when he yelled at me for spending $8, yes, $8 on a pair of shoes for my grandfather's funeral. Then he spent $800 on a single golf club the next day. Lots of little things on a daily basis that let me know that he was perfectly happy with me being miserable. I grew my first hints of self-respect during that year and decided I was worth more. I want to know what happened on the fucking honeymoon, because apparently everything was like chilling great until the honeymoon, and all of a sudden he's just like, all right, bitch, I don't love you anymore. Like, where is all this coming from? You know, that's what's kind of blowing my mind. I'm like, wait a minute. You guys got back from the honeymoon and all of a sudden it was just like disaster. You know, what happened on that honeymoon? Did you guys fight on your honeymoon? Did something happen? Did he find out something about you that he didn't like? Or because there had to be a reason. There's no way, because she's making it seem like it was just out of the blue, nothing happened. It was just, he just started doing this shit. There's got to be a reason why he was doing this. He's not just doing this for no reason. And if he is, that's kind of wild, but I just don't see that. I really don't see that happening. I don't see somebody literally just changing up after their honeymoon all crazy like that. I don't know. I wish she would have told us what happened at the honeymoon, because that's crazy. Not me, but a coworker started banging a guy staying at the hotel we worked at. Oh shit. Barely went a year married to her husband. She eventually came clean, but she kind of had to when she turned up pregnant and didn't know who the father was. Oh. Then that means she must have been banging multiple dudes at that hotel. Not just one guy. Multiple dudes. Oh, if you don't know who the dad is, yeah, you banging multiple dudes. Come on, man. Don't try to sit there and act like you wasn't banging multiple dudes, because you was banging on multiple dudes. That's crazy. I was cheated on before and during the short marriage, and she began frequently using drugs. Wow. It wasn't meant to last long and shouldn't have happened in the first place. Oh well, hindsight is 20/20, right? I always say that. I always say hindsight is 2020. You never realize how shitty something is until it's over. You know, and it's just the way the world works, sadly. I wish it was different. I wish we were able to see, you know, the outcomes of things before the outcome shows itself. But that happens, you know. But my thing is like, you know, if somebody cheats on you, you know, the first time, and there's just no way of trusting that person, there's just no way of really being able to get back to normal in that relationship, it should be over right then and there. You know, it's like, especially if, you know, if your girl cheats on you. If your girl cheats on you, it's like, all right, man, that already lets you know that she's checked out of that relationship, because in order for her to cheat, she broke up with you in her head. It's like you guys are already broken up to her. You know, it has been over. It's been over. So, yeah, the fact that you stayed in that, man, ooh. He pushed me into a pallet fire and set me up to be sexually assaulted so he could catch me in the act. What? He pushed you into a pallet fire? How? When and where? What? What? Okay, that's crazy. Now, if she got pushed into a pallet fire, which is funny, not funny, did she stay with him and be like, oh no, it's okay, I'm just fine, it's all right, I got pushed into a pallet fire, but it's fine? And then, you know, later on he tried to set her up to be sexually assaulted or whatever. Like, how? Or was this something that just like happened, you know, back to back? It was like you got pushed into the pallet fire and then he set you up for the sexual assault like literally the next day. You know, like, I would love a timeline on this one, because my goodness, that's wild. He said, get in that fire, bitch. Like, golly, good thing you made it out, though. His controlling side came out, as well as did his only what I want sexually matters side, and I had to pull a knife out, oh my god, one evening to get him to stop. He also threatened to stab my friends who were playing the role of my security guards when I was on campus after I left him. Yo, man, you were dating Joe from fucking You, bro. Man, that show is crazy. That show You, where in the first season he stabbed all her fucking friends and killed her. Like, that is fucking, that's who you were dating, man. That's crazy. Wow. Whew. Damn. I mean, hopefully you got a restraining order on that motherfucker. Not me, but my cousin divorced after 6 months. The guy stole $50,000 from her dad and was a complete douche on multiple levels. Damn, how did he steal 50 grand? And I mean, you guys need to stop saying not me, but my blank, because that just means it was you. Like, come on, man. Come on now. We all know it was you. Stop. But the fact that they stole 50 grand, that's wild. That's a lot of money. Like, I wonder if you could do something about that. Like, you can't call the cops and be like, yo, man, they stole my money or something. I don't know. All right. Again, not me, but an acquaintance. This is probably you. His wife sat him down the day after, his wife sat him down. They came back from their honeymoon. Apparently, she had met someone at work some months before. Flirting ensued. What she told him, she thought it was just cold feet, so she kept going forward with the wedding. She chickened out on calling it off the day of, even though this was apparently when a light went on and she knew she didn't want to be with him. He's a good sport about it and takes solace in knowing it was all her. Married a wonderful lady later and has a gaggle of kids, ex-wife and random dude dated after a while, but they did not stay together. Damn, she fucked herself. Bro. She had a guy who loved her, was willing to marry her, all that good stuff, but she gave it all up to go be with this dude who made her feel fantastic and all this bullshit. And guess what happened? Her dumb ass is single. Woo! Like I say, I've said it many times on this show, karma is a bitch and it will get you. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but ooh, is it wheeling up for the smack you on the tookies. My goodness. Karma's just like, I'm gonna get you, and when the right moment strikes, I'm about to smack that hiney, and you gonna feel it. Like, man. We're going to do 3 more in this thread. I found messages from her to 2 different men she knew, trying to convince them to come to where she lived and kill me. Also found out that she was cheating on me as well with someone local. Wow. She was over here just like, come on, babe. Oh, I'll give you the world. All you have to do is just kill my husband. That's it. All you got to do is just bang, bang, we're done. Don't worry, they're not going to say anything. We'll pin it on somebody else type shit. Like, yo, imagine. Wow. I'll bless that man did not, have to face somebody trying to end his life over some coochie. That's crazy. Because there's no way a chick texted me talking about, oh, you can kill my husband and we can be together. Nah, man, yo coochie ain't worth it. Yo walls ain't worth that. Nah, man. That's crazy talk. You are wilding at that point. And then on top of that, she wasn't even trying to date these motherfuckers because she was dating somebody else. She was dating some local dude while she was over here flirting with these guys, trying to get them to end her husband's life. That's wild. So they would have killed homeboy, and then she would have ran off into the sunset with this other guy. That's crazy. Woo! Oh, man, that's scary. All right, we're going to do 2 more. A tiny bit longer than that. We had been dating for a while. It was good. Both our families were pressuring us to make it official, so eventually we caved. She is lovely, but she wasn't my partner. A fantastic partner for someone else. I did find my person later on, and we've been happy over 2 decades. We would likely have broken up anyway. Again, we were good to each other, and just not really for each other. But we had extra steps thanks to family pressure. So I guess they pressured him into doing something too soon before they really wanted to do it. And that makes sense, It's like, I would never listen to family pressure. Like, if they're just like, oh, get married. Why don't you get married? Why don't you guys have kids? I'm like, dude, chill out with all that. Like sometimes you have to kind of be brutally honest with your family and with parents and stuff like that and be like, yo, chill the fuck out. We gonna get there when we get there. Don't rush my relationship. I'm not about that. I'm not gonna rush my fucking relationship because of what you guys want. Okay? This is my relationship that I have to be in and day out, and we're gonna go the pace that we want to go at. Not the pace that you guys want us to go at. Sometimes you got to have them tough conversations, man, because, yeah, you can get pushed into something because you got to understand, like, if you're not in the right space or you're not in a good position to have a kid, all that kid is going to do is tear you guys apart. If you're not ready to get married and you're not in a space to get married, all that marriage is going to do is tear you apart. It's not going to fix your relationship. It's going to tear tear your relationship apart. When people sit there and they try to say, oh yeah, getting married is going to fix the relationship. No, it makes it worse. Oh, let's have a kid. That'll fix our marriage problems. No, it's going to make it worse. And all it does is make it worse. That's it. That's all it'll ever do. All right, this will be our last one for today's thread. We dated for 3 years before getting married. After getting married, everything changed and became more real. We were both 20 years old and very naive about our future and didn't really think it out. It was gradual in our marriage, but at some point I realized that we wanted different things in life. Although we were compatible, we would hold each other back for our future plans. It's been 30 plus years. I talk to him well as much as you do on social media. I would never be able to live the life he leads now and be happy. He would never be able to live my life the way I live it now and be happy. It was inevitable that we divorce. I have never held on to any resentment towards him, just the sober awareness that we didn't think things were in a realistic way. So I took the blame. He married the right person the second time around, and I married the right person the second time around too. Well, at least you had a happy ending. At least we had something go well. That was probably one of the good. Yeah, that was a good way to send off the thread, with a happy ending. Sometimes shit doesn't work out and you guys are just better off friends, compadres, or acquaintances that talk here and there, and you find your one in someone else. But that's gonna go ahead and be that thread for me today. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that thread. Man, I'm over here making it sound like it's the end of the episode and shit. We're like halfway through this bitch. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that thread. It was a little juicy. Man, all I know is get to know your significant other to just utmost details before you guys get married, because my goodness, boy, does marriage change a lot. Man. But that's going to be that thread. Before we get into the scenarios, I'm going to hop into announcements. We'll get through those as quick as possible. And then we'll get on to these crazy, wild, wacky scenarios that you guys have sent your boy. So, patreon.com/AmITheAsshole podcast. Get on there for an exclusive episode every single Friday, $3 a month. Get you that exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the show on Tuesdays and Sundays. If you are primarily an audio listener, keep downloading the podcast as well as rating us 5 stars. That helps a lot. It's free $9.99 and it helps you, boy. If you want to help even more on the free $9.99 side of things, TikTok as well as Instagram, follow us over there. Follow us on both, because sometimes Instagram has clips that TikTok didn't like and was just like, no, we're gonna take the sound off. Fuck TikTok, whatever. It is what it is. So some of the more juicy stuff is on Instagram, so that's why I say follow us on both. On TikTok, we're on the road to 10K. We're like 5,500 there. We're very close. Halfway there. Follow us over there. If you want to help even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and subscribe to us on the YouTube channel. Even if you don't watch on YouTube, it does help. I appreciate all the support that you guys have been showing for the show. My goodness, we're getting through these months. Haunting Adeline is almost done. We're going to be hopping into a new book. We're literally about to... the scenarios and the threads keep a rolling, so I can't wait to see what else we have in store for this show. We're about to hit 1 year of this show, of me doing this show, and the copious amount of content you guys had. You guys have had tons. I mean, over 150 episodes so far across, the free platforms as well as Patreon. So, I mean, it's like you guys have a lot of content to chew on. If you guys are just jumping in now, I mean, you guys can go so far back and there's just so much content in there. We also have the Haunting Adeline playlist. If the Haunting Adeline stuff is your cup of tea, if you don't know what the Haunting Adeline stuff is and you're just like, that sounds interesting, I wonder what that is. Well, in the description. Go ahead and click onto that playlist. It doesn't matter if you're on YouTube. It doesn't matter if you're on Spotify. That link will take you to Spotify. YouTube does have its own playlist. So if you're on YouTube, just go to the channel, click on the Haunting Adeline playlist, and then watch from the beginning to the end. If you're an audio listener, the Haunting Adeline episodes are better on the audio version, if I'm being honest with you. But Haunting Adeline, from the beginning all the way to the end, we'll have it all there on that playlist for you guys to binge up, because if I'm being honest with you, that book is really fucking good. My goodness, I've never been so enticed in a book in my entire life, and I can't wait to experience more books with you guys. So without further ado, let's get into our scenarios. We have our first one. Girlfriend 21 cheated on me again. Damn.
She belongs to the streets.
I'm a truck driver gone from home a majority of time. Last year, August, I had been gone since June, which was a long time, I understand. While she found another guy, lied to me about seeing someone else and fucking him. While I was mad, she cheated. I was more mad she lied about it. She lied for months. In December, she said she wanted me home more, so I was coming back every weekend, if not every week. In January, I found out not even snooping, just came across text when she tried to show me something. I was a naive lover at the time. Oh, this can never happen to me. La, 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 la. I decided to stay with her. And that's where you fucked up. Because just the fact that she cheated on you, she fucked another dude, and she lied about it. I mean, that's strike 1, 2, and 3, my guy. That is a batter, you're out of here. Like, dude. And I get it, man. You're way far, and that's fine. But it's like, girl, buy you some sex toys and get over it. I'm making money. And I guarantee you it's a situation where she ain't got no job. I guarantee it. And she's at home doing nothing. It's like, bro, you don't have to work. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is nothing, really. I'm out working, making all the money. All you got to do is pay the bills and take care of the home front. Like, what is the problem? There are so many women that would love and die to be in your position. To be in a house, home by themselves. They got a man out there making money for them. They're chilling and doing their thing. They would love that. And you out here squandering it, man, crazy. April rolls around and she goes to a work party. Okay, I guess she is working. She probably was bored and got a job. I don't know. A work party, finding it odd, she didn't mention it, and I just so happened to be home. I went and sat in the parking lot, not able to get in, just watching. She was wasted and came stumbling in and out of the event several times, which I've always had a problem with. If you go out, just don't get blacked out drunk, which to me seems reasonable. Facts. She calls me to come get her, and once I arrive immediately, we start arguing. Red flag. I already had to leave the next day, but after the argument, she decided it would be best to leave that night. She didn't even wait an hour before going to some coworker's house. She stayed till the morning. She had apparently been flirting and texting him since February. The next day, she ignored me. I got a load of that would put me back in that area, so I came back. We've argued once since then, and we just signed another lease together, so it feels wrong to disappear. Nigga. I can't rest at home now thinking about what she's still lying about and still holding or hiding what's happening at her job or at home when I'm away. I'm a grown man crying myself to sleep if I do at all. I hate myself for not piecing it together, for being weak enough for this to happen. I hate myself for being too weak to leave. My business is failing, and my life is slowly falling apart because my self-hatred and fear to leave her, fear of what she'll do. That's all, I guess. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Dude, why are you putting yourself through this hell? You're doing this to yourself when you could have easily left. And then on top of that, I know why she's staying. She's staying because you're still being a sucker and you're paying the bills and you're still being there. It's like, dude, she's getting all the benefit and you're getting none of it. It's like, that's not even your girl. She like community property at this time. The amount of time she's cheated on you and hanging out with random coworkers and doing all this and all that, like, bruh. Oh my goodness. You are literally just stabbing yourself over and over again. You're literally, this whole crying yourself to sleep shit. It's like you're doing this to yourself because nobody's keeping you in this relationship. And she's definitely not keeping you in this relationship. She's like, nigga, when are you going to leave? And if you're not leaving, cool. I'm going to keep benefiting off this relationship and just cheating on you. Because who cares? Your dumb ass is going to stay. Like, come on, man. Like, you're really doing this to yourself. And what you need to do is you need to get out of this relationship and move on, man. It's going to be hard. It's going to suck. It's going to be the worst feeling of your entire life, whatever you want to, however you want to, slice it and dice it. But my God, you need to go. That's just crazy. And I think anybody listening to this and, who's listened to me read off of your story would say the same. Like, dude, you're killing yourself. Legitimately, you are killing yourself. It is crazy how you're putting yourself through this. Because, man, I could never. Oh, after the first time she cheated, I'd have been like, fuck, it's over. Like, dude. Let me know what you think about that one in the comments, man. But do you agree with me? Do you not? Let me know. All right, next one. Am I the asshole for wanting to leave my girlfriend after 4 years? All right, me, 31 male. She's a 38 female. The gap is not an issue for me. We've been together for 4 years now, and I've been feeling financially drained the past 2 years. I work a well-paying job, earning approximately $90K a year. My girlfriend is unemployed since I knew her, and she's trying to get her PhD at the moment. I have to pay for everything. Literally, I don't mind it until she starts to ask for expensive, unnecessary shit as gifts. Don't get me wrong, I still buy her gifts on special occasions, but I feel it's never enough. She keeps asking for more. Whenever I bring up our financial situation, she says that I'm cheap, which really frustrates me as she is living off me. I'm literally living paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes I need to borrow some money from friends to avoid drama. Talking with her financially is not an option. Help. Yeah, bro, I would leave her too. She is financially draining you, and if I'm being honest with you, it doesn't seem like she loves you. Like, if I'm being honest with you, it does not seem like she loves you. It seems like she loves your salary. She doesn't love you. I think she loves your salary and the amount of money you make. Because if she truly loved you and not your money, she wouldn't need these gifts. The gift is you coming home every day. The gift is you supporting her through school. The gift is you guys' relationship flourishing. The gift is she doesn't have to work a job. It's like she would just enjoy her life with you and having you be an extension of her life and her be an extension of yours. Like, the fact that she wants all these expensive things and then she calls you cheap and all this kind of stuff, bro, she loves your wallet. She does not love you. And no, you are not the asshole at all. 4 years? Fuck them 4 years, man. Fuck them 4 years. And what's great is, like, you're 30, you make great money, you can go find a younger girl who's going to actually love you for you and appreciate all the bullshit that, you're being put through. You know what I mean? Like, she would, you could get you a girl who, again, is younger, is prettier, and is going to appreciate all that you are doing for the girl that you're with now. While this woman's, like, sitting here taking advantage of it and not appreciating shit. Talking about you're cheap. Like, and you got to sit there and borrow money. You're living paycheck to paycheck over $90,000. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. I don't even make that much money. And I don't live paycheck to paycheck. That's crazy. Like, dude, that's kind of crazy to me. Yeah, like I live a very frugal life, I save up for everything. I don't, so it's like for you to be making more money than even me and you're living paycheck to paycheck, my guy, that's wild. That's why it just shows me that she is draining your money. She's not allowing you to save. She's not allowing you to have a future. She's not allowing you to really do anything. Because 90 grand, my God. That's crazy talk, brother. Crazy talk. Am I the asshole for not letting my sister move in with me? Sister in quotations. So is this like your blood sister, or is this kind of like a half sister? We'll see. My dad remarried only 1 year after my mom and him got divorced. The new woman, let's call her Brittany for the sake of the story, kind of always forces me to call her mom. And I just told her that she's not my mom. You're not my mom. And only my dad's wife. She never broke it, she never brought it up again. It's not like she doesn't have any kids of her own. She has one daughter who was in a different state for college when they got married. I never met her, only knew her name. Dad invited her over for dinner to meet her once she was back. She's like a few years older than me. Let's call her Stella. Dinner was okay-ish. I kept to myself mostly since I really didn't know how to initiate conversation, to be honest. So yeah, Stella and I barely talked. Surprisingly though, a few days later, I get a call from Brittany. She told me that Stella wanted to move out and find herself an apartment. I thought she was asking me to help Stella look for apartments. Before I could even say that I was happy to help, Brittany asked if Stella could move in with me. In other circumstances, I would have agreed, but my fiance will be moving in with me soon, and my apartment has only 2 rooms. The second will be turned into a nursery. I told Brittany that I would help Stella find an apartment, but moving in with me would be difficult. She started a huge drama. She involved my dad, and my dad's like, "Don't be selfish. You have 2 rooms. Give one to Stella, blah, blah, blah." I think the only reason Stella was so adamant on moving in with me is to avoid rent, mostly because she's shying away from 30 and still unemployed. Damn, girl, what were you doing for 10 years? You were in college for 10 years? What are we doing? Like, you're almost 30 and you still don't got a job? Not a little job, something here, you work at fast food, you're working in a liquor store, something. Like, dude, okay. I told them how my fiance and I were planning to start a family. Brittany said, "So what? 3 of you can fit in a room." Actually, no. With a dresser, bed, and wardrobe, we can't accommodate a crib in there. Last straw was when Dad said, "You don't do that to your sister. She's family." I snapped, "No, she ain't my fucking sister. And Brittany is not my fucking mom." No matter how much you force it on me. There, I said it to their faces. I don't know why they got offended after hearing the truth. They all were offended. I'll miss my dad, especially since he has now cut contact with me, and the last message he sent was, "Can't believe a selfish, spoiled brat was a product of me." Wow. That's fucked up. Like these 2 women right here, that's your responsibility, Dad, not mine. I don't have to take care of this chick. For one, she's older than me, so she should have her shit together. She should have at least a job, something. 2, I'm starting a family. I'm getting my life on track. You're not about to derail my life because this degenerate over here wants to spend 10 years of doing fuck all. Apparently she was in college. Like, come on, man.
Stop the cap.
She wasn't in no college, man. She was probably fucking around in college. I guarantee you she probably got some old bullshit ass degree in something she can't make money in. Like, let's just be honest here. Let's call a spade at this point. Like, the fact that you're almost 30, you don't have a job, and you were in college this whole time. Nah, you were fucking around in college. That's what you were doing. You were fucking around in college. You're probably getting dicked down by every dude you saw, and you don't want to get a job. It's like, no. It's time to grow up, baby. You're almost 30. It's time to grow up. Time to get a job. Time to start working. Time to start doing shit. And what are we talking about here? You know, I did it, so why can't you? And you're older than me. Like, come on, man. And that's not my responsibility. Why can't she go live with you guys? You know? Why does she have to live with me? Why can't she live with you guys? That's her kid. You know, that's her kid. Why can't she go live over there? Like, come on, man. That's what I don't get. You know, that's what I find so fucked up. It's like, why am I responsible for your kid? And your kid being a fuck up until she's 30. Like, nah, man. Like, go take care of your kid, man. You know, that's crazy. I do not think you're the asshole at all. Not one bit. But again, do you guys agree with me? Do you don't? Let me know in the comments. All right. Am I overreacting for a picture my girlfriend received? Oh, man. She probably got a dick pic. I don't know. We'll see. Monday night, while we were having a few drinks and playing Stardew Valley, my girlfriend's phone went off around 1 a.m. and I said, "What's that?" She turns her phone around and shows me that one of her female friends had sent her a nude and she had responded gassing her up and telling her to send it to her man. Shocked, I just pulled the controller down and took my dog for a very long walk without saying anything. For context, my girlfriend is bisexual, and it was established very early on that I'm not comfortable with anything she wouldn't do with a man as well. I know in some relationships men are okay with their girlfriend kissing other girls, etc., but that's not me. I don't do double standards for same-sex relations. When I got back from my walk, I calmed down, so I asked her first if I had been clear enough in setting my boundaries. She agreed that I had been very clear. I then asked her whatever she would have found it. Then I asked her whether she would have found it okay if I was getting nudes from girls and gassing them up, or if she would have the same reaction to a male friend sending her nudes for review. She said that neither would ever be okay if it were reversed. She apologized profusely for a long time, but I was quite hurt and simply ended things there. I told her she could spend the night since she'd been drinking, but that was that. The past few days, she's written letters and sent texts apologizing and saying she's dedicated to being better. I haven't responded to anything. After talking with friends, it's quite a mixed bag of reaction/advice. I know that she wasn't sexting or receiving the photos for any hedonistic purposes, but it still feels like cheating, which hurts a lot. Are you overreacting? Yes. You're overreacting to the fucking moon. You little fruitcake. She said sorry, bro. Look, I get it. In the moment, it made you feel some type of way. 100%. But you did the right thing. You walked it off. You calmed down. You got your emotions together. And then you came to your girl in a logic mind. 100%. I'm so happy that you did that. That's wonderful. That shows that you have a very good hold on your emotions, and you're the type of person that doesn't just lash out on people for no reason. I think you're a great guy for that. But the fact that she sat there and was just like, you brought up your boundaries, and she was like, you know what? Since you put it that way, you put the shoe on the other foot. I see where you're coming from. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. And you were right. She didn't give you no lip. She didn't talk back to you. She didn't give excuses. She didn't try to justify nothing. She literally just was like, I am sorry. I cannot believe I made you feel that way. I won't do that again. And you're over here sitting here just, raising your nose like, woo, excuse me, sorry. But, that's why I feel like you're overreacting, because she gave you no reason, and I mean no reason, to sit there and be acting as snobby as you are. And that's why I think you're overreacting, because you could have squashed it that night and been like, thank you for seeing it that way, and not want to do that, and then you guys could have had a great night for the rest of the time, and this bullshit would have never happened. But for some reason, you're over here like getting in your head and creating some scenario that's making it worse when it's like, no, all she did was realize what she did. It upset you. And she was like, oh my God, let me slow down. Let me not do this anymore. I'm sorry, babe. I didn't mean to make you feel that way. And you know, I do think you're overreacting big time. I think you're super overreacting. You're acting like a little bitch about it. The way you handled it, I think was fantastic. But the aftermath of it all, I just think you're being a little bitch about it, bro. You know, she gave you no lip. She didn't justify nothing. She didn't talk back. None of that. She simply was just like, my man does not like this, and I am not going to do that. That shows me she is in that relationship for you, my guy. She's like, I don't give a fuck about external factors. I'm in this relationship for you. And if that made you feel that way, consider it done. Consider it gone and squashed. Like, man, where can I get one of those? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It's like, I don't know, man. I do think you're overreacting, though. Big time, big time. All right. This is going to be our last one for today's Sunday episode. This one is, we had sex and he slowly stopped talking to me. Advice. So this guy I had known since high school and I had sex. We've been seeing each other more seriously the past 2 months, doing different activities multiple times a week involving each other's personal lives, even invited me to join the co-ed sports team that he's on. We both admitted feelings for each other and all of that. Last weekend, we ended up doing the nasty for the first time. Oh, man. The next day, he told me to tell him where my friend and I were going later in the day, and he'd join us. He ended up not coming because he was tired from his game, and as the week has gone on, he slowly stopped answering me. It's been 21 hours since I messaged him back, and no reply from him. This is not usual. Normally we were communicating every 30 minutes, so it's not that he's busy with life. If this info is helped, sex was bad. Oh, he couldn't get it up the night of. We went to sleep and tried again in the morning, and he finished within a minute. It was also extremely awkward. I'm not a fool to not admit he could have gotten what he wanted, but why would he involve me deeply in his life, friends, activities, future activities, just to do that? Also, the sex was awkward from both ends, so it's not that he could be thinking this woman sucks at sex, because ultimately I would think he'd feel more awkward about this circumstances. I wanted to keep trying because I think it was just a case of nerves, which is not unusual for sex encounters. I'm not really sure what to think or what to do. I feel really bad about myself and stupid. Any advice? All right, I'm gonna keep it hundo P with you. All right, and some people might not like it, but I'm gonna keep it hundo P. He's not attracted to you. He does not find you sexually attractive at all. And you're thinking, oh, well then, if he didn't find her attractive and all this stuff, then why did he do all this stuff and blah 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 blah? Because he hasn't had sex with her yet. He's think about it like this. When a guy meets a girl that he thinks is attractive, this guy, he thinks it up. He's like, man, I want to do this with her. And, you know, we're going to be doing that, blah, blah, blah. He paints this picture of what it's going to be like, you know, when he has sex with her, or if he dates her, whatever the case may be. He's going to have this preconceived notion in his head. Now, once he gets there, of course, it's not going to be just like the conceived notion. It's not 100%. And we know that, but we like to, you know, build up the fantasy anyway. But if it's anywhere like close to that, oh, great. We're all about it. But for him, I think he looked at it like, I saw her naked, couldn't get my penis hard. I probably don't find her as sexually attractive as I thought. It was probably one of those things where you look better in clothes than you do naked. And he might have been just like, oh, damn, this is what she looks like naked. You know what I mean? And I think after that, since you wanted to try again, he was like, well, I might as well, you know what I mean? I don't want to make things awkward or weird. And then I don't want to regret not smashing, you know what I mean? When she's sitting here offering to smash. So sure, I'm going to smash. And then I'm just going to kind of slow fade on out. And I think that's exactly what he did, because if I'm being honest with you, sweetheart, he's not into you. He's just not. He thought he was. And then once he got, to the land of milk and honey, it wasn't as sweet as he thought it was. And so now he's like, no thanks. I'm good. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, you can try to justify, but he did all of this and all of that. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he introduced you to his parents. It doesn't matter if he was, making future plans with you. It does not matter. For a guy, it only matters after they smash. If he stays that consistent after he smashes, then yes, he does like you. And, him not texting you for a while, maybe he does have something going on or whatever the case may be. But if he got to that point and then stopped talking to you, yeah, he's not attracted to you. And that's just what it was. He probably looked at you in some certain outfits and was just like, ooh, goddamn, she fine. But then saw you naked and was just like, oh. And that's just the way it is. It's a harsh truth, but it is the truth. And that's just how, some guys view that. Some guys will do the utmost to get in bed with a girl. And then once they do, that's kind of the deciding factor. It's like, it doesn't matter if the sex is bad or not. It's like, am I sexually attracted to this girl or not? And if I'm not sexually attracted to her, he's still going to smash. Just like he did with you. He's still going to smash, but then he's just going to give you the cold shoulder right after. And that's just the way it is. And so, like I said, it sucks. It's a harsh truth, but, that's just the way it is. I'd rather be honest with you than, give you the sunshine and rainbows, But that's going to go ahead and do it for today. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching on today's beautiful Sunday episode. I appreciate all of the support you guys have been showing here on TikTok, Instagram, downloading the podcast, as well as rating the podcast 5 stars is preferable, and subscribing on YouTube. You guys have been giving a lot of support, and I do appreciate that so much. We're closing in on 1 year of this podcast being around. And boy, has it been one crazy year. I appreciate you guys coming here, being here, watching and listening, almost every episode, and I don't know, or just being new and hopping in and, going back to the previous episodes, and you know what I mean? So I do appreciate everything. I thank you guys so much for all the support again. I will see you guys on Tuesday for another juicy thread and some crazy episodes. I love you guys all, and peace.